Yo, what's going on? So I decided that I want to do a video about this. I hear this coming from a lot of people that are from Atlanta, as well as those that like lived in Atlanta or have something to do with Atlanta or whatever, and has also traveled to Charlotte or lived in Charlotte or born and raised in Charlotte or whatever. Yeah, there are quite a few people that say that Charlotte is a mini Atlanta, a smaller version of Atlanta. And that's far from the furthest truth. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what they're really like talking about. Like land-wise, Charlotte is twice the size of Atlanta. Atlanta, for those that have that never lived in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You all might have visited, vacation there, but overall, Atlanta is really small. You understand? When you're looking at the metropolitan area, which consists of, little small towns like College Park, East Point, Dunwoody, Decatur, Sandy Springs, Marietta, the list goes on, man. Alpharetta, Vinings, Smyrna. When you look at the metropolitan area of Atlanta, or what you may call Metro Atlanta, yeah, it's way more bigger than Charlotte. But that's Atlanta, including all of these surrounding counties and cities and towns and all the rest of that stuff. When you're looking at the metropolitan of Atlanta, that's roughly like 6 million people compared to Charlotte's metro. Charlotte's metro is like half of that, a little less than half of that. You know what I'm saying? Close to 3 million. So when you're looking at it like in that aspect, Metro Atlanta compared to Metro Charlotte, yeah, it's true indeed. Charlotte is a miniature version of Atlanta. But when you're looking at the city of Charlotte, city limits, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta city limits, Charlotte is double the size. Straight up. Like, take for example, I live like right off of the South Carolina state line, right? Of course, I live in Charlotte, you know what I'm saying? But it'll take me minutes to cross over this, the state line and go into South Carolina. So they call that the Still Creek area, right? Where I live at. So for me to get from the Still Creek area, right, to, and this is like the north part of Charlotte, to the university area, or now what they call University City, it'll take me, depends on traffic, roughly 20 to 40 minutes to get there. Charlotte is spread out. You understand? So when you get here, most people, they kind of like stay like in uptown or around uptown. They don't venture out like places like Still Creek, you know what I'm saying, Ballantyne, South Park. Well, some people go to South Park because South Park is kind of like, I'll put it to you like this. I say combination between South Park and Ballantyne combined together, that would give you that Buckhead feeling. You understand? So South Park Mall is like Lenox Mall. They have all the Louis Vuitton stores, all of that stuff, high fashion stuff, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, a lot of people don't venture out outside of the uptown area, where, the Charlotte Hornets is at, the stadium, the football stadium, Carolina Panthers. It's a lot of things to do in that area. South End, you know what I'm saying, the Music Factory and all of that stuff, right? So most people never travel out of that. So they're like, oh yeah, Charlotte is not that big. But yes, it is. It is very big. You understand? It is big. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? You got West Charlotte, you got East Charlotte, you got North Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? You got Myers Park, which is a well-to-do area. You got Ballantyne, you got South Park area, you got Still Creek, you got Southeast Charlotte, you got Southwest Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Huntersville, they don't consider that to be Charlotte, but it is Mecklenburg County. You understand? So yeah, it's pretty big. Another thing that I would disagree with that miniature Atlanta thing is the crime. The crime is nothing here in Charlotte. The crime is it can't be compared to the crime that happens in Atlanta as well as Metro Atlanta. Now I'm just being real with you, you know what I'm saying? The criminals up here, like, yo, they calling down south to Atlanta, like, yo, man, y'all making us look bad. Y'all making us look bad up here. We take breaks up here. Y'all are like non-stop, and that's my word. I'm not even lying. I'm not making this up. I think, okay, so they did have Somebody did die, I think, in Northeast Charlotte the other day. So prior to that, somebody did get killed in Northeast Charlotte. Prior to that, I think that was Northeast Charlotte. Prior to that, we went about a week and a half or so without somebody getting killed. You know, whereas in Atlanta, man, please, I just did a video on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they found two dead bodies not too far from each other, and then at the same time, while they were investigating that, a son killed his father. All in kind of like the same area. Northwest Atlanta. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have nothing on the crime, you know, when in comparison to Atlanta. I mean, no disrespect. So let me stop this real quick. I just want to tell you all that I'm not into bashing the black city. You know what I'm saying? I read the comments, and I know some of you all may call me, you know, Uncle Ruckus, a sellout, and a this and a that. You know, but how am I a sellout? For real. How am I Uncle Ruckus if I'm forewarning my people not to take their black ass down there? It doesn't make sense. I'm going to let you know ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? And then, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you who's the real Uncle Ruckus. The buffoons, the ones that's causing all of that crime down there, that's making Atlanta look bad. And there's quite a few of them not born and raised. They're not Grady babies. These are transplants that's doing this fuckery. So I'm not in the business of disrespecting the black city. I'm in the business of forewarning or letting my people know what the deal is. Straight up. And I don't care who I make look bad or what city I make look bad. If I'm trying to let my people know, hey, yo, you take your black ass down there, you on your own. Another thing, too, this is not no campaign to bring people, you know, here to Charlotte. I ain't working with the mayor or the city council or anything like that. Ain't nobody cutting me a check. Straight up. I met a dude today at the Y. He came up to me. You know what I'm saying? He came up to me. He was like, yo, you Langston? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, man, I moved down here because of your videos. And I'm happy to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm talking to him or whatever have you. And he's like, man, you know, I thought you were tall. I'm like, yo, man, you like 6'3". Well, I mean, I wouldn't be. Come on, let's be real. Everybody's short to you. But I'm grateful that he moved down here. I'm grateful that I helped people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave people advice and they took my advice and they moved down here. But overall, I'm not into you know, like moving people. That's not my job. My job is just to let people know. Let's continue. Charlotte is a different city. It's not an entertainment city. You know what I'm saying? So if you come here and you thinking it's going to be lit, I'm going to get put on, you know what I'm saying? It's not Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a bunch of, you know, film production going on here. I mean, they have film production going on here in the state of North Carolina, but not specifically in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Your rap career is not going to explode. I mean, if you're coming down here for banking, you know what I'm saying? They got 3 of the major banks here, Truist, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. If you're into banking, it's on and popping here. If you're into the health field, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a doctor, nurse, or something like that, healthcare field, I think that's how you would put it, you're going to do good here. You know what I'm saying? Tech, you're going to do good here. But if you want to be a rapper, a singer, you want to be a movie actor, hey, ain't no use to coming down here to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? This is not Atlanta. You understand? Charlotte is more of a family-orientated city. You know, it's laid back. The people are laid back. You know, I could go as far as to say this, and I've had my run-ins with the cops, CMPD, Charlotte, Mecklenburg Police Department. Even the police cops are relaxed. You know how many times I've been on 77, doing 77, and passed a cop? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they don't do their job. I'm not saying that you can get over on them. It's just that this city is not hostile. It's not a hostile city. It's just not. It's more of a laid-back city, and the people are laid back. It's not, you do have your uppity Negroes. You do have your uppity whites. You do have your white trash and your NIGGERSs. You know what I'm saying? That's here. I mean, that's everywhere in every city. But for the most part, Charlotte is more of a relaxed, family-orientated, you know what I'm saying, cool, city. Whereas Atlanta is just up and pumping. Every day is something to do. Monday through Sunday, you go in the club, going to strip club, going to hookah lounge. Then Monday through Sunday, going to strip club, hookah lounges. You know what I'm saying? You're partying. You're doing something. That's not how it is here in Charlotte. And I would say that Atlanta is more of a southern city in comparison to Charlotte. For those that don't know, North Carolina, once you get past South Carolina on down, people that are from those southern states don't consider North Carolina as being a southern state. This is my word. If you don't believe me, ask any southerner. That's not from North Carolina. I'm talking about South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? All of those areas, or rather states. They don't consider North Carolina as being a southern state. And to a certain extent, I mean, I kind of don't either, because there are a lot of northerners here. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of northerners. You know, so Charlotte is more of a, I'm not going to say it's a northern type. It gives you like somewhat of a northern type feel. I'll put it to you like that. You understand? More so than Atlanta. Atlanta is the dirty South. Charlotte is more kind of like dirty South, northern-ish blend. For real. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too is like Charlotte is an upcoming city, you know? I mean, it's an old city, but Charlotte is so widespread and there's so much land, you know, for developers to put some of everything, you know, build things, you know what I'm saying? Such as they building apartment homes, condos, they you know, they're gentrifying everything, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, everything that you're seeing in Charlotte is new. We have a whole new skyline because throughout, I say since I've been back, so let me give you the backstory real quick. So I came here in 2009 in Charlotte, and I left in 2016, something like that. Moved to Atlanta, moved back to Charlotte in 2019. So from 2019 to 2022, going on 2023, man, we've had an additional, I say 11 to 12 buildings or something like that added to our skyline in Uptown. So when you go in Uptown, it's clean, it's new, it's vibrant. You know what I'm saying? It's a new city, you know, and what they're doing in Charlotte, once they're done, once they finished with all of the projects all around Charlotte, it's going to be amazing. Now, I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing, but at the same time, it's going to be very expensive to live. I truly believe that Charlotte is going to be the city that people marvel over. For real. Straight up. I've seen, you know, some of the projects, you know what I'm saying? And man, it's going to be that futuristic city that everybody is. I ain't going to say it's going to be like the Jetsons, but it's definitely going to be a highly advanced city, state of the art. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Atlanta, they got a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of these big older cities, you know what I'm saying, such as Atlanta, you know, Chicago, New York City, etc. They already built there. So they got a lot of destroying to do and rebuilding. Whereas Charlotte, you don't have to tear it down anything. We got enough land, you know what I'm saying, for developers to come in and build. You know, what else? What else I would say that you know the difference? You know what I'm saying? What rivalries? I mean, everybody knows that. You know, people in Atlanta knows that, and people in Charlotte know that. Whenever there's a Carolina-Atlanta game, we like this at the TV. Straight up, we are rivalries. We don't hate each other. You know what I'm saying? We have a certain amount of respect towards one another. You know, but for the most part, like whenever Carolina Panthers play the Atlanta Falcons, we at it. We on it. You know what I'm saying? What else can I say? Trying to think of some other things that separates the cities, you know what I'm saying? But like I want to still build on this family thing, you know what I'm saying? That Charlotte is really more so of a family city. You could raise, you know, your children here. I'm gonna be real with you. The public education sucks. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's one thing Atlanta and Charlotte has in common. Both of the public school system, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, do charter, homeschool, anything outside of, public schools. This is one thing. So when I was living in Atlanta, in order to leave the hood, you would have to travel out in the metro Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Charlotte, there are parts of Charlotte that's bad, and there's parts of Charlotte that are just good. They're decent. You know what I'm saying? Like, take for example, Still Creek area is like your blue collar workers. Very rarely do I hear anything going on in this area. Yes, there have been situations, isolated incidents where, some violence happened or whatever, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Case closed, But for the most part, a lot of hardworking people, live in this area. So, take for example, if you're driving through the Still Creek area, like, I put it to you like this. You come down here in Charlotte, and you're like, yo, man, Langston was talking about this Still Creek area. Let me go just drive through it and see what it's about. You're going to drive through and you're going to be like, what was he really talking about? Yeah, I never said that it was a party, area. You know what I'm saying? Still Creek is an area where regular people work jobs 9 to 5, and they trying to, raise their children. It's all about family in this area. So, like, I'm not lying. Like, in my community, as well as a lot of the communities that's in Still Creek, after about 9, 10 o'clock at night, man, everybody lights are turned off. Everybody's going to sleep and getting up early in the morning trying to get on Still Creek Road to get the hell out of here to get to work. And Still Creek Road is back the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Ballantyne, South Park area. You know what I'm saying? Matthews, you wouldn't consider Matthews as being part of Charlotte, but I'm just, for the sake of the conversation. Matthews, Pineville, Huntersville, Morrisville, University City is getting, I used to stay in that area, and it was decent. You know what I'm saying? They call it University City or University area because UNC Charlotte is there. You know what I'm saying? So it's college students, and it's a lot of black people over there. That's blue collar working black people, but so you got Tryon, they call it Tryon, but we say Tryon Road, North Tryon Road, and then you got like East Sugar Creek Road and E.T. Harris Road, and on East Sugar Creek Road you got Hidden Valley, but Hidden Valley is kind of changing. Anyway, it's too accessible. University City or area is too accessible to the hood. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I say University City. So those areas you're gonna be alright. Whereas in Atlanta, anything could pop up in any given time, especially in the well-to-do area in Buckhead. Straight up. So I would never say that Charlotte is a miniature version of Atlanta, because we really don't have that much in common with one another. We really don't. Straight up, that's real talk. That's real talk. In my opinion, what city do I think is the best? Let's just eliminate the crime from Atlanta. Let's just take out the crime. You know what I'm saying? And just look at we got to take out the classism too. You know what I'm saying? Because you got black people. That's another thing, man. I hate it. You got some people like that here. But in Atlanta, all that nose up in the air type stuff, got to take that out. We have a, and there's no disrespect to the LGBTQ community, for real. It's one thing that I realize, you know what I'm saying, nowadays you can't talk about the pronoun community and you can't talk about the small hats, if you know who I'm talking about. You can't talk about them too, you know what I'm saying? So it's no disrespect to the LGBT community, also known as the pronoun community. We don't have a big following like that here. You understand? I mean, they're here and we accept them, but we don't have a big following like Atlanta does. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, overall, for the dislikes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of for the things that a lot of people like that dislike about Atlanta, take that out. What, in my opinion, and this is not a predominantly black city too. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte is like kind of like, what is it, 35% black and like 56% white or something like that. I forgot the percentages, but it's, you know, it's kind of somewhat balanced here. It's diversity here. You know what I'm saying? It's not too, come on, man. It's racism everywhere, but it ain't that much here. Straight up. You know, it's not, it don't get racist until you like pass like South Carolina, Fort Mill, Rock Hill area. Once you pass that area, then it, you know what I'm saying, that start getting a little racist. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I like both cities. Overall, aside from the crime and all the rest of the BS that goes on in Atlanta. So I don't know. Now I like Charlotte too. So I would just take, you know, I would take both of the cities for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, overall, I hope this helped you all out. You know, if you like the video, let me know. You know, comment, feel free to let me know your opinion on what you think. If you think the video sucked, I mean, say what you got to say. You know, other than that, my name is Langston 2921. You like, comment, subscribe, definitely share this video.